Hey guys, today we're gonna be finding out if something broken could actually still be useful. That's right, I'm talking about the Broken War, a weapon that everyone has or at least will have at some point in the game, because it is a guaranteed reward on completion of the second Dream quest. You basically get the weapon straight up, no need for building it at the foundry, but is it worth using though? Looking at the aesthetics of the Broken War at first glance, it seems unbroken actually. There's a handle or hilt, a long blade with a sharp edge and a pointed tip. This is due to the manner in which the full war was broken during a cutscene of the quest, basically split in between instead of being snapped in half along the blade. Customization wise, I don't actually find the default tones pleasing in a way. The blade is fine, it looks like a blade. There's an energy string along the blade that is blue, and I find that this doesn't really go well with a part of the Broken War's handle, which seems to have a brownish tone. But of course, with a decent color palette, you can make anything look great. As you can see, I've just went for a purple and white theme build over here. Not the absolute best looking color combination for the Broken War, but it certainly looks way better than the default colors. And here are the current available skins for the Broken War. Moving on to stats, this sword has the highest base damage of any sword in the game, instantly making it above average. Most of that damage comes from slash, so this will be wonderful against flesh. Not so wonderful against armored enemies, especially against the corpus robots or a Nox. Do not use this on a Nox. Attack speed is okay, critical chance is okay, but I really wish it was a little higher, perhaps 20 or 22%, because later on we will be discussing about how a crit build for this weapon would be absolutely fantastic. Critical multiplier I wish was 2.0 at least, but 1.5 is not a deal breaker. Finally, status chance is a joke. That number does not inspire me to go for a status build whatsoever, so let's just move on. Putting the Broken War through the power test, we see that it manages to kill a level 30 Nox in an average time of 24.52 seconds. Slightly slower than an unmodded Orthos, even though the Broken War has a higher base damage and base attack speed. This is probably due to the more favorable moveset of the Orthos, which allows it to put down more hits consistently. Next up in the speed test, the weapon helped clear a group of 4 elite lancers at level 50 in 16.87 seconds. That is 4.2 seconds per enemy. Nowhere near the speed of an Orthos, which simply has superior range, making it the better weapon to clear waves of enemies. But even a bad weapon can still be made to perform well with the right mods. The Broken War is by no means a bad weapon in vanilla form, and there are no outstanding stats to base a build on, but I believe a crit or bleed build would yield great results. Over here on warframebuilder.com, I think this would be the ideal set of mods for a couple of reasons. My idea with the crit build over here is to not focus too much on raising the critical chance. We have Blood Rush, and that alone will be completely sufficient. The idea is to deal as many attacks as possible per second to make the best use of our crit chance and crit multiplier. Think about it, if you had a crit chance of well over 100%, then a lower crit multiplier wouldn't hurt so much. A lower attack speed wouldn't be too bad as well, since you'll be pretty much dealing critical damage every time you swing. However, if you had a crit chance that is lower, then it would be a great idea to attack as fast as possible to increase the likelihood of you dealing a critical hit. Primed Pressure Point and Primed Fury are a given, but you can also use the non-primed versions. Blood Rush, like I said, will help us deal more crits, but to make it really deadly, we will have to build up on our combo, and that's where the attack speed becomes so important. With all 3 Berserker buffs, attack speed goes up to an amazing 2.712. Even with only 2 buffs, the attack speed would be a little lower at 2.48. With an attack speed like that, surely it would be really easy to hit a combo counter of 2.5x, meaning you'll be dealing a total damage of over 3000. Body count is also another mod that I think is crucial to the practicality of this build, because it doesn't matter how high your combo is if it's only gonna last a couple of seconds or so before resetting. A maxed out body count will bump that combo duration by an extra 12 seconds, and I found that this makes it so much easier to hit 3x combos. Looking at the other mods, Organ Shatter is also a given, and Buzzkill is what I prefer to further improve on the Broken War's slash damage. All this leaving you with one more slot which you could use for any elementals or Killing Blow if you like to play with channeling, in which case your damage and sustained DPS can go up to 4k and 10k damage respectively. If you have the Spoiled Strike Corrupted mod, then you can use that instead. Basically it adds a 100% more damage with a slight 20% reduction to attack speed. Not a problem at all, because if you can get 3 buffs of that Berserker mod, which should be really easy to do, then attack speed should still be a great 2.36. Plenty fast. Stance mod wise, you can use whatever you feel works best with your playstyle. I've read that Swooping Falcon helps with faster attacks, so feel free to experiment with these stance mods. Compared to a status build over here, I feel like the crit build is far more practical and in the real world would deal significantly more damage. As you can see here with the status build, if I were to turn every variable to its absolute max, let's say you're able to inflict 9 status effects, maxed berserker buffs, and a combo counter of 5.5x, you'll be dealing a super unrealistic amount of damage. That is actually astronomically high. In reality, with more realistic numbers, you can see that the crit build will have way more oomph. You simply deal a lot more damage per second, which is what's important in clearing out a large number of enemies. And even at max combo, Weeping Wounds is only gonna help you reach a little over 69% status chance. At more realistic numbers, that chance doesn't even reach 50%, and you'll be stuck with an attack speed of 1.6. Admittedly, not bad, but nothing compared to the monster speed of the crit build. Here's a little demo of me using it against some level 70 or level 80 butchers. As you can see, the Broken War, even with my incomplete set of mods, manages to slice through like nobody's business. Great weapon to use against the Infested too, I might add, even those on Eris, meaning this thing will last you till end game at least. Just don't try fighting juggernauts. Finally, I don't recommend investing a Riven on the Broken War unless you really love how it looks and will continue to use it long term. It has a Riven disposition of 2, so almost faint, you're not gonna get much out of it, but who knows? A higher crit chance or crit multiplier would just be the cherry on top. The Broken War is certainly a weapon worth trying out and building on, especially if you enjoy the aesthetics and moveset. Personally, I like using this more than an Orthos, even though a proper built Orthos will certainly blow this away. If you don't like it, I still would recommend selling the Broken War even for the slot, because it comes installed with a catalyst and the blueprint and materials are difficult to come by should you need them to construct the full war. That's all for this video. Let me know if you liked the Broken War and why. What builds do you think work best down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, guys. Tap on the bell instead because that helps out a huge lot. Feel free to send me questions and suggestions on Instagram. See you in the next video.